What's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all, I'm back with a rankings video today. I'm gonna start doing more of these like ranking type videos. I'm gonna try to do them maybe once a week or like every other week. It's really gonna depend on what fights happen. You know, if they got like a big fight that just took place that kind of shook up the division. So yeah, anytime there's like major updates, you know, of course there was a major shakeup this past weekend. You know, so that's why I'm gonna come back and do one for the UFC's women's strawweight division, definitely. But yeah, I was gonna start doing these like a couple weeks ago, whenever the Bellator flyweight division and featherweight division really got structured out for the women. I was gonna start doing like, you know, announcements on their rankings. So I'll probably do that for the coming weeks. You know, every time there's like a big shakeup and a big change. But yeah, I just want to come back and do this ranking update for the top 13 in the UFC women's strawweight division. Yeah, and what I'll do is just go down the list of fighters, you know, the whole roster of fighters and what they got coming up, and who they should fight, maybe who they're already scheduled to fight, and you know, what could be next for them. So yeah, man, let's start with, of course, the champion. As y'all know, this past Saturday, UFC 261, big fight card, great fight card all around. But you know, this co-main event with Zhang Weili and Rose Namajunas, it was a big shocker to a lot of people. We all thought it was going to be like a big grueling fight. I felt like Zhang Weili was going to have that durability and that resilience to take her through a fight, but Rose Namajunas, she went in there and pulled it off in one round. She pulled off a first round knockout, and she got that strap for the second time. So let's start with the women's champion, two-time strawweight champion Rose Namajunas. She's now moved up that one spot from the number one spot to the championship spot. Moving on down, number one, of course, she falls one space because she lost her belt. Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili, let's see what could be next for her. I know that she's already been calling for a rematch. You know, there's a lot of fans that want her to get a rematch. I wouldn't mind if she got a rematch, but I feel like there's still some things to work on. She's young. There's really no need to rush it. So why not a rematch with Wmma? You know, maybe a fight with somebody like Mackenzie Dern, if Mackenzie Dern wanted that fight, if they wanted to push Mackenzie Dern higher. That fight is out there, maybe, but I still don't really like that fight too much. I'd rather Zhang Weili and Wmma run it back. So for Zhang Weili, if not a rematch with Rose, maybe they could set up a fight with Wmma again. Number two, Wmma. And Wmma, man, we've been talking about her, you know, for the past couple of days now. Wmma is number two, and it's a questionable number two. You know, it's a questionable number two because she's been out of the octagon, she's been out of the action for a year and some change now. And with that number two status, it really holds a lot of stock in her eyes. That's why she continues to try to petition for a title shot, which we all don't feel like she deserves a title shot. After a year and some change off with a very close fight with Zhang Weili, you know, her record's 2-4 right now as far as, you know, her past 6 fights. I think that Wmma would do good to fight somebody like, you know, maybe the winner of Zhang and Carla if they don't get a title eliminator, but Marina Rodriguez, anybody. You know, but I think Marina Rodriguez has a fight, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. You know, with Marina out the picture there, okay, Zhang Weili, you know, that would be a good fight. But I just don't feel like she deserves a title shot with a year and some change off while these other fighters been working hard. So for Wmma, she's still holding on to that number 2 spot. If she wants to keep it, run it back with Zhang Weili, solidify that title opportunity by, you know, proving that you still have something left. Let's go down number 3, Yan Xiaonan. She's scheduled to fight Carla Esparza in a title eliminator in May, this month coming. That should be a good fight. Of course, number 4 is Carla Esparza. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. I think that's going to be a good fight. And like I said, that'll be another rematch that's going to be set up if Carla wins, Carla versus Rose. All right. And to cap off the top 5 is Mackenzie Dern. Like I said, Mackenzie Dern, she's kind of caught in the middle right now, where I like where she's at, but at the same time, I'm kind of nervous for her here because it could do 2 things. You know, it could give her time to work, you know, against some of the veterans below her, which I prefer, or it could rush her into the top 5 with some of these scary opponents like Zhang Weili, Wmma, and so on. You know, those are some dangerous opponents that I don't think Mackenzie Dern's ready for. But with her at number 5, they're probably going to give her one of those opponents, which I hope they don't. If not, I got a who's next coming on Mackenzie Dern, so yeah, just prepare for that. And I'm actually matching her up with some opponents, you know, below her right now. You know, I'm matching her up with the lower half of the top 10. So yeah, we'll break that down. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern caps off the top 5. Number 6, Marina Rodriguez, this just in, some big news here. Shout out to Ernest Richardson. He actually hit me up with this, so I went and looked it up, and it is true. Marina Rodriguez at number 6. She's going to be taking on Michelle Waterson. She's going to headline the card coming up May 8th, because I think TJ Dillashaw just pulled out because of an injury. So yeah, she's going to be headline with Michelle Waterson May 8th. So that's big. Yeah, that's a big fight for her. Not really like skill, not like really a big test skill wise, but I think so name wise and popularity wise, because Michelle Waterson, she carries a lot of weight. Her name carries a lot of weight, and she's a popular fighter. So that's a good fight for Marina Rodriguez. Next, number 7, Nina Nunes, aka Nina Ansaroff. Nina Ansaroff, as y'all know, she lost a couple weeks ago, first round submission via armbar to Mackenzie Dern. And, some people might say that was, the 2-year layoff. 2-year layoff. So it's questionable, but I give Mackenzie Dern full credit for the win. Nina Ansaroff, what's next for her in this division? Maybe not much. She's probably going to move to flyweight next. So that would probably be best for her, if she's having trouble making 115. So yeah, she's probably going to 125 next. All right, number 8, Claudia Gadelha. Claudia Gadelha, I heard, is rumored to be out because of injury. I'm not too sure right now. I can't remember what it was that she had injured, but Claudia Gadelha, she's really on the downside in the top 10. I feel like she has a lot of work to do as far as her IQ and just working on her weaknesses. She's a fighter that really needs to go in there and just work on her strengths and, use her strengths whenever she's at that advantage. Her last fight against Yan Xiaonan, she lost pretty lopsided decision in my opinion. I think she still got some questionable decisions against Carla and Angela Hill. So yeah, still a lot of work that she needs to do. Nobody lined up for her next. All right. And number 9, Michelle Waterson. Y'all know Michelle Waterson's coming off that questionable win, close controversial win over Angela Hill, in which they headlined made a UFC Fight Night card. And like I said, Michelle Waterson, she's lined up to headline once again against Marina Rodriguez May 8th. And to cap off the top 10, Tecia Torres. Tecia Torres, man, I'm a big fan of Tecia. I'm still a big fan, even though she hasn't been into the mix as far as, getting into the top 5 or top 5, top 3. Tecia Torres, the one thing I can say about this girl is she's one of the most durable and I say physically strong fighters in the strawweight division. And, she deserves a lot of credit because she's gave the top 5 some tough fights. Everybody from, Jessica Andrade, Wmma, Zhang Weili, Rose, who I feel like she beat twice. She gave them some tough work. And the one thing I can say about Tecia Torres, I like to see her matched up with Mackenzie Dern, which is I'm going to talk about that in another video, but I'm just giving y'all a clue now. Mackenzie Dern versus Tecia Torres would be a good fight. I feel like Tecia just has that experience. Very good wrestler, very, very strong, and that would be a good test for somebody like Mackenzie Dern. Going there with somebody that's never been submitted or, stopped before, or, knocked out or really, really hurt before. Tecia Torres is that test. So that would be a good fight, even for Tecia Torres, to see if she could beat Mackenzie Dern and maybe cop that number 5 spot. All right, so number 11, Amanda Ebas. Amanda Ebas is scheduled to face Angela Hill May 8th. She's going to be on the card with Waterson Rodriguez. And number 12 is Angela Hill. So they're right back to back. Angela Hill needs this win, to probably push her closer to a top 10 spot and maybe get a rematch with Michelle Waterson. And to round it out, we have Virna Jandiroba at number 13, who's scheduled to fight Kanako Murata. And all I got to say about that fight is, wow, man, that's going to be a good fight. Virna Jandiroba, solid BJJ artist. Kanako Murata, excellent, physically strong, athletic wrestler. But the thing about both of these fighters is they're both growing in the striking department. They're not one-dimensional. So this fight might not go to the ground. Kanako Murata versus Virna Jandiroba, it might not go to the ground. These two fighters might actually throw hands. Virna Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern did the same thing. So you never know. Kanako and Virna, this is a good matchup. I really like this matchup here. This is going to be good. Grappler, BJJ submission artist versus this wrestler, very athletic wrestler with hands. Both got hands. I like this match. Virna Jandiroba, as y'all know, coming over from Invicta as an Invicta champion. She lost her fight against Carla Esparza when she came into the UFC. But since then, I feel like, she's been growing as a fighter. She beat Mallory Martin, had a close fight with Mackenzie Dern, which I feel like she won. But, the more and more she keeps working and just keeps using her IQ, I think she'll grow as a fighter. She's just going to have to look to finish more of these fighters to advance advance to the top 10 of the strawweight division. So, yeah, man, that's it. Just want to go down these 13 fighters in the strawweight division. Real quick, we can recap. Number 13, Verna Jandiroba. Number 12, Angela Hill. 11, Amanda Ebos. 10, Tisha Torres. 9, Michelle Waterson. 8, Claudia Gadelia. Number 7, Nina Nunes, aka Azaroff. Number 6, Marina Rodriguez. Number 5, Mackenzie Dern. Number 4, Carla Esparza. Number 3, Yan Zhana. Number 2, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Number 1, Zhang Wei Li. And of course, the champion, 2-time strawweight champion, Wmma Eunice. So yeah, man, like I said, I'll come back more and keep doing these ranking update videos for y'all. Like if y'all don't get to see the updates yourselves, you know, I'll come over here on the channel and do them probably, like I said, every week if there's a big change. Other than that, I'll try to do them, you know, every other week. Of course, I'll do one tomorrow for the flyweight division, just because, you know, there was another championship fight. I could do it that way. Every time there's a championship fight, I'll go ahead and do one for y'all. So yeah, man, that's the latest, and the major change was just the switching of the champions, Rose Namajunas and Zhang Wei Li. So yeah, man, we'll talk more about the strawweight division. It's one of the best in WMMA right now, and you know, I think it's been that way for a while though. You know, I think it's been that way for years. But yeah, we'll talk more, guys. Like I said, strawweight division, you know, it's just ever growing, and so much talent coming in. So we'll always talk about it. Let me know, guys, what y'all think of the rankings. Do y'all think it's fair? Do you think there should be some switch arounds? Who do you think should be fighting who next? What do y'all think of the Marina Rodriguez Michelle Waterson fight? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.